Thank you, Mayor. Item A is a city performance report on our capital programs. As it turns out, Natasha Fudge, who was assigned to give this report, turned out ill today and is not going to be able to deliver. So we'll postpone that and bring it back to the next meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Olson.
Item B deals with an update on the law department performance. And I'd like to go through just a couple of things that we talked about more extensively in executive session. On February 10th of this year, we held a press conference where we reviewed a number of issues. Among them was a commitment, if you will, to perform a performance review of the law department. That review has been substantially completed at this time. There are actually two reviews that have been done. One was conducted by an external expert in the legal field. We hired the firm of Davidson, Troilo, Ream, and Garza to come in and take an independent external look at how our law department functions. They made a number of recommendations to us that dealt with the structure, organizational structure of the department, the current personnel and staffing requirements, the internal policies and procedures that are used in the department, and they provided a written summary of their findings, which at the conclusion of this portion of our meeting we will release to the public. We also have an internal review in the process of hiring Mr. Knight to be our interim city attorney. Part of his assignment was to do an internal review of the operations of the department. He is substantially completed with his review as well. There are still portions that he's looking at, but the essence of it are completed, and his interim report will be available to the public as well. In kind of a summary fashion, there were, regarding the city attorney division of that department, there were numerous management issues that were identified and areas identified for improvement in those findings. I will say that's not a whole lot different than the 15 other departments and functions that we've looked at over the past couple of years. We have systematically been going through the entire city, looking at the operations of the departments and the major functions. And while this one was elevated on the priority list and moved ahead of where we would have normally looked at it, the findings have been helpful for us to be able to come back in and improve the operations of the law department. So numerous issues have been identified for improvement, and we will go about correcting deficiencies and improving the operations. There's also a risk management division inside of the department. The report makes it clear that we can be more efficient with the allocation of our people in that division. It identified a disconnect between the litigation and the claims portions of that operation, and we will be moving to reconnect those two key functions inside of the risk management. It identified that we need better internal guidelines and policies. We need to have better software to manage the claims, and the city's code, which dates back to the mid-1980s, needs to be updated. A third division in that department deals with human relations, and there were no substantial findings for that division of the department. They're actually running extremely well. We are currently in process of executing the recommendations that have been made so far. Those that have not already been implemented will be implemented in the near term in our business planning cycle, and we will ensure that we are accountable for actually bringing about the recommendations that have been made through these through the external and the internal review. Again, the reports from our external expert and from the internal review that Mr. Knight has completed up to this point will be available immediately to the council and to the public.
Thank you, Mr. Olson. Mr. Loeb?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I appreciate the report, and we will move forward. Is there anything else you'd like to?
That's all
Over.
I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.